Okay, awesome. Shall I I'll pin my own video as well. In this case, I'll see my own talking head. Hi, everyone, and such a warm welcome on this during these very strange times, I think, and during these times that we're staying inside a lot. I know a lot of you are actually in Spain, which I know you're going to be indoors about up around half of April. And I'd love to make this time as inspirational for you as possible, that you can focus your content around what is currently going on, and how can you focus on your content to build your business. That was the idea and is the idea for this workshop. Here's what we're going to do. I'd love to first talk a little bit about how can you use this time for the content in your business. I also want to talk a little bit about panic creating. Like, are you suddenly doing something completely different because you're worried about your income? And should you, yes or no? There's no right or wrong, but I want to pose the questions for you so you can weigh that for yourself. I also want to talk about why are you sharing what you are sharing? Like, who's your client group? Are you creating content because you know it's important to you, you have an important message, or do you want to get sales out of it? Or there's so many ways to think around this as a business owner. So all of those things I'd love to take in. We're going to do a practical exercise. I'm going to ask you to brainstorm on your own business and on your ideas. So you're going to walk away with 3 very tangible action steps that you can take in regards to creating content. And then last but not least, the Q&A. So if there's any questions, I'd love to answer them. And what I loved is many of you here, maybe live as well, I know Marion is, but also maybe on the replay, you posted your questions around your own business. And I loved it so much because it was very diverse. We had the massage therapist, suddenly can't be working one-on-one. We had someone working as an aroma therapy, aroma therapist with the oils. I think that is a great way. And we had someone with teas and someone who was thinking about creating a course. So whatever case study kind of fits in with you, I'm hoping you're getting something out of that. So that's what I'd love to do today. Again, if you're new to me, so here's what I do. Maybe sometimes that is nice to know. I'm a spiritual life coach, teacher, healer, and journalist. I have 16 years of experience in journalism for written press. So that's magazines and newspapers in my own country. And I already used to assist creative entrepreneurs and charities with getting their message out into the world. So why are you sharing what you're sharing, and who is it for? So that is what we're doing today. And I did indeed create, I think, over 40 courses by now that are online in the self-development field. All right, so to get started, I'd love to give you some ideas around what can you use this time for. And I'd love you to ask yourself the question as well, and maybe you can post them in the comments. What is your main drive right now to start working on your content? So if you can think about your main drive and post it in the chat, that would be awesome. Also, maybe you want to make notes yourself so you can check back later on. So why is that important? Maybe you think, well, duh, Laura, I want to make a sale and I need to make the sale right now. Or you think, my business is not online, I'm in trouble. I need to start working with online content creation. And maybe those are your main drives, but the real question is, should they be? So I'm going to give you some ideas, because this is going to end at some point as well. I know we're now in a time that is weird, and there's a lot of crisis, and everything seems to have changed, but there's going to come a point that we're sort of going back to what was before. So if you work one-on-one with your clients, that you have to be face-to-face, then how are you going to utilize that time right now? Because maybe you already have a client group that you see regularly, and they ask you for appointments. So I'm going to use you as an example, Marianne. Marianne is the massage therapist who actually had some awesome news, which I'll share later on. But she has started doing YouTube videos on self-massage techniques, which can be an awesome idea to get people engaged. You still want to know, like, what is your own goal in regards to this? If I live near Marianne and I would love massages, but I know I can't have them now, maybe by Marianne sharing me these techniques right now, I will book her when this whole thing is over, and I think, someone please work with my shoulders. So she can use sharing her content maybe to show her knowledge. Maybe that's why she's sharing what she's sharing. She can maybe also engage her current client group that she can't get to, and she can message them like, hey guys, I know I can't be there for you right now, but here's what I've been doing. This is for you. So because now if I'm a client already, I'm really going to like that. You're making an effort, and maybe I'm going to be more inclined to book, make an appointment with you after this thing is over. So I'm not sure if I'm seeing any comments in the chat already. So again, what is your drive here to share or focus on content creation? But this can be a thing. So maybe the only thing you're sharing content right now is to stay in touch with your clients. You're not suddenly changing everything in your business, but you have the trust and the focus to keep going with your business vision. That can be an objective to keep in mind. So that is one thing. Secondly, maybe you maybe have such a passion for a certain topic, and you've always wanted to start writing that book. Maybe that's you. So that can be that the first reason why you're doing that is maybe not so much about your clients. Of course, maybe it is, but maybe it's actually more about you. So because you really want to bring this out into the world, you think it's important, and you want to share that message. Can be a perfect time to focus on that. In my opinion, creativity really brings joy and taps into flow and source, if it's the right type of creativity for you, of course. You have to enjoy it, otherwise, like, why are we doing it? So maybe there's a long-term project that you want to finish, you now finally want to start working with. That can be a reason. You can look at your website copy. Is it still on point? Or can you go over your message? Who's your client group? Do you need to adjust your offers? Can you go over your blog and blog posts? That can be. So there's 3 things that you can maybe spend this time on already. Your emails. Maybe you don't like writing the emails. Maybe now's the perfect time to get everything ready for a couple of months so you can plan out your content. Again, it has to have a goal. Why are your clients getting your emails? Is there something you're promoting? Is there an offer tied to it? Are you building your expertise with your clients? So those are the things I'd love you to think about. So if you can share with me any ahas or maybe questions coming up around that already. I'd love that. Because so why? I'll give one example. I saw a dog walker suddenly offering a online, how to create your online course. And I thought, I know that everyone is saying, oh, we all have to go to the online courses right now. If you haven't done this, oh my God. But why does the online or the dog walker have a client group that will really want to buy her course creation? Maybe that's me. Maybe she actually does, and she's going to have tons of sales. Or she's giving herself so much work while maybe her content could be focused on her actual client group. So the dog owners that now are at home with their bored dogs. So a course like how to keep your dog occupied, how to train, anything with dog training in general. Could maybe that she could film still and put online, could maybe be something much more aligned with her business, and it's not going to confuse her client group, as in, hey, I thought she was the expert on dog walking, and she's been doing great things, but why is she doing that other thing? Because you want your clients to see you as I'm just looking for the word, like more like the expert maybe, or at least that you are also consistent in what you are doing. So you want to ask yourself the question, does it make sense that I'm then doing this thing for my clients? And maybe that's a yes. And if it doesn't make sense, which is perfectly fine by me, but then you want to ask yourself the question, like, do I really want to do it? What am I getting? What are you getting out of it? Are you getting joy? Are you getting fun out of it? Is it something you wanted to do? I would say go for it, but be clear on why you're doing this. Okay, so I'm seeing all the chat come in. I'm going to check. Okay, Hannah is saying, my drive to run my business is to be self-sufficient. Leslie is saying, you want to keep engaging and thinking for the future. Okay, so write down what came up for you, because this can help you with our next step on how are you going to create your content, or what can you create it on that will get you the results. So then Marianne is saying, my drive is to design my new future as an online foot reflexology tutor. Okay, so your focus really is pivoting your business. Okay. Miriam is saying share and inspire and eventually sell. Okay, so can you make that more specific for yourself? So because maybe it is eventually sell. So which one comes first, the inspiration or the sale? Do people still need to get to know you? Are you new in this field, or do they know you? And can you start sharing content that's on point for your specific expertise? Hey, Stinami, your drive is to create more awareness around your company and your vision. Okay, so if they don't know you yet, or if you're still growing your business, then you want to think back, like, what is it you're doing? What is it that you're selling? And what kind of content do you need to share based on that? Gerrit is saying, I'm a painter and my drive is to sell my art online. Awesome. Okay. So, so with artists, but I'll talk about that later on. Generally with art, because art comes from within, people are very interested in the life of the artist. However, if you offer a service, then people are much more interested in what can you do for me. So there is actually a difference in content creation for both. Okay, Miriam also is an artist. Okay, so yes, so for you, I'll go into this with more specific ideas around artists and what medium you can use to share your craft, or to get people to know about you. All right. Okay, so I'm just trying to click this away again. No, it's going to be there. I was looking at the chat screen. So is there anything that popped in mind? So I gave you a few ideas, like, do you need to work on your website creation? Do you want to work on your blog? Do you have a project or an online course that you want to create or finish? Do you want to get your social media plan ready? Are you going to focus it on your emails? Or are you, so this is the panic creating part, are you pivoting straight away? And if you are, I gave you the example of the dog walker. You really want to see, because, for example, if you're going to create an online course, it doesn't have to take a long time, but often it does. So you're going to put all this effort into something that you're building. Your actual goal is, oh my God, I need money. So that's probably the panic creating part. And your own client group doesn't match what you're going to put out there. So before you do all of that work, it would be awesome if you fell into that for yourself. Like, oh, hang on a second. Am I making it easier for myself? Or am I giving myself a lot of work because now I have to build a whole new client group? I'm a huge fan of thinking like, it's awesome, everybody needs it. And I totally do believe in that. But it's still, unfortunately, always, you need to be seen. You need to have platforms, people need to know you. And it takes time to grow that client group. So my suggestion would be, if for any type of content that you're creating, to think about this. Again, so let me know if there's any questions already, or if you're good for me to move to a next topic. I'll just wait a little bit. I think we're not seeing any questions come in. So if you can write down again, so you can go back to it later on and decide if you want to do something with it. If 3 nice ideas popped in your head, then just make note of it. So maybe you did want to work on that ebook just for you for now, because you want it, you like it, you'd love to have, well, that book because you believe in your knowledge and it's time to share that knowledge. Awesome. Maybe, maybe you're like, no, I'm just going to create content that will engage my clients now, and just so they know how I'm doing. Ellie is saying, for ladies who are new in an area, what in your experience is the best way for them to build an audience? Okay, so yes, so I do think this is a great question. And I'm going to say something else, actually, that maybe you expect as an answer, because what I feel very passionate about is, if you want to be very efficient for yourself, is to go to the expert in that area. I'm not an expert in online audience building. I can say, obviously, I've done so many business courses since I took my business online, but I'm still not a business coach and I'm not a business strategist. So it can really be helpful to look at those people that they have built their audience and they really know their stuff and they're making money with it. That is a number 1 tip. Secondly, so I'm going to say something more general about this as well. I think that you want to see where your audience is. So are they on Instagram? Are they on TikTok? Are they on LinkedIn? Which platforms do they use? And I think personally that you need to enjoy that platform, because if you don't enjoy it and you're going to spend a lot of time there, yeah, why is that? I'm sure there's going to be an easier way. But if you want to build the audience, think about your audience. Where do they hang out? Who are they? What are they looking for? So That would be my more general answer around that. And to definitely see like, oh, is there a business strategist probably in the Costa women group somewhere that really knows about audience building, or you go to the marketing expert, because I'm all about the story, both in my spiritual business. It's very easy for me to get to the absolute core of a story. Sometimes, why you're doing what you're doing, what are your motives, what are your drives. That's been my passion, I would say, but also my focus since my teens. So both in your personal life or in a story. So also your business also has a story and a focus. Okay. So I'll answer that later. Marianne is asking if I give the creative writing course for content. Not yet. I've been giving creative writing. I have a creative writing course. I'm currently not posting it. I'll take it in. I'll write it now. I'll see if many people ask for it. That can be great as well. So let's turn this around. If people start asking you for something, can you do this? You like it, you have it, you've got enough clients for it, then why not offer it? You don't have to overthink things. Okay, awesome. So hopefully you now written down a few ideas about what you can and can't do. I really want to go into like the why a little bit more. You've just heard me say that right now as well. So can we make it more specific? What is your number one reason right now to be wanting to share content? Is it the money? Is it for people to get to know you? Is it to share your techniques? So basically just build the audience around your discipline. So if you're an artist or you're a painter, yes, you want to sell your paintings, but maybe you can, so what is your client group interested in? Is it your art on the wall, or do they want to paint as well? That could be, again, so this can be a great crossover, because then you can, I don't know, be the specialist of how to mix paints. What's the difference between using oil paint and, as you know, I'm not a painter, I can only think of oil paints and watercolors. But if you have a crowd that really is into this, they would love your discipline. They want to know how long you've been painting, where you've learned it, how to get inspired. Again, be very aware of what it is you're offering and what your people are looking for. So this is the why are you sharing what you're sharing. Okay. Let me see if some other, Hannah is also saying yes, please. That's true. Mariam saying bringing my business to another level. So yeah, so shall we take this time to think a little bit about, first of all, please write down, why are you now sharing what you're sharing? And just pick one thing if you can, that makes it easy. So I'm going to make a story up to give you an example. I'm going to go with the painting. I'm going to share about paint mixtures for best results. And I'm doing that because I want to sell my online paint mixing course. I'm just making that up. Please don't. Okay. All right. So why are you sharing what you're sharing? Does everyone have a topic in mind or something that they can, they want the sales, you want to build the expertise, or you want to create something new, you want to keep your business going? Now think about the clients that you have. I'm just going to give you some prompts to think about. Please think about, who is your client? Why are they buying from you? Okay, so if you know who your client is and why they are buying, now we can make it interesting. So what do they need to hear from you right now?
I don't know who info is, but they said, please can you repeat, my Wi-Fi went down, the question you asked.
Oh, which one of the?
Yeah, I'm just wondering when it went down. It looks like it's about a minute
I
ago.
said, so the question number 2 was like, who is your client and why are they buying from you? So I think it probably was question number 2. And my third question was, what do they now need to hear from you? Okay. I'm going to give you some time to brainstorm a few key words because maybe you think about more things. Number 3, so question, what do they now need to hear from you? I'd love to invite you to write it down, at least 3 keywords or 3 ideas around that. See a few more of you writing, so I'm going to wait a little bit. I think you're ready, Ali. You're looking up. Miriam is writing, I think. Oh, she's now looking. Okay, so now let's make, because obviously this workshop is called Content Creating in Corona Times. So now I'd love to ask you, so this is what we do at magazines and newspapers. Magazines work a little bit differently because they work months ahead even, but a newspaper wouldn't. We would, if I would still be working at a newspaper, I would look like what's going on, and I would come up with a ton of ideas personally, but like we can, you know, what do people want to know right now? So the key, what you want to do is, again, you've just written down who your client is and why they're normally buying from you. So then you answer the question, what do they now need to hear from you? And I'm going to add in the extra. Now, please think about this client also being either quarantined. Maybe there are, a lot of people are very fearful. A lot of people are worried around their income. A lot of people are worried about their loved ones. So there's a lot of worry, but maybe as a business owner, you can offer, you can do 2 things. You can go into the pain point, basically. So you can start naming the worry and the stress they're going through. You want to be the one that then offers the solution, right? So are you going to be giving some kind of comfort? Are you, how can you help with what they are now facing? That can be an idea about what kind of content you can share right now on your Facebook page, on your social media, on your, your email letters, your blogs. I'm going to help you with some ideas there, because I'll just let it sink in for yourself. Yeah, Bakita, I hope I'm saying your name right. I know I'm going to take in your tea shop as an example. I saw your question in the Facebook group, and I thought it was a good question. So we'll definitely get to that. Maybe these questions right now are already helpful, right? So who's normally your clients? And why are they buying from you? What do they now need to hear from you? And if nothing comes up, so again, let's brainstorm a little bit around this. So I already said a lot of people may be feeling worried, and they're looking for a certain type of comfort. Now, if you own a product that you normally sell in a shop that people have to go through, maybe you can already write a mental note for when everything gets back to normal. You want to start building an email list. You want to make sure people can find you online, because if something goes wrong, at least you have something to, you have a list of people, you have your clients know where to find you. Now for you, I want to say, I would go locally. So again, so where are your clients normally, Bakit? With the tea shop. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Where are you? Can you find the local Facebook groups? Can you say, hey guys, I'm one of those, I normally, I normally sell tea in the shop. You can't get it now, but I've moved it online. So you want to start talking about it, because your clients need to know what's going on. So this is what I would do. I would find locally. If I know my clients and have an email list, obviously that's easy, because then I have like I just instantly message them, hey, I know you want your tea, good news, you can order it online. So again, you want to be careful not to panic create. If you can't do all of this time, then c'est la vie. Maybe that's not what you want to hear, but then surrender into it and look ahead. Are there things that you can do right now in regards to your business? So that would be an idea. But I've heard a lot of English people say, actually, so maybe not all English, I think Australian as well. They said, I bulk bought all my tea. If I'm going to be quarantined, what about if I don't have tea? I'm going to panic. You can play with that. Are you afraid you're not going to get any tea? That could be all types of links. All right. Yeah, relaxing tea properties. I love that. So this is this is really, really awesome. So I love that. Yes, so here's what's going on. Clearly, Bakit's now thinking, okay, so a lot of people are stressed and worried. Their cups of tea can offer comfort, but there's also relaxing qualities. Why not start posting around that? Yes. Also, do keep in mind first, if you want to go for the sales, if you want to keep selling the teas, also make sure that you post that you're now online, so that you don't going to spend all of this time to talk about the relaxing teas and people don't know that they can get it straight away. All right. Antiviral teas. Okay, everybody's going, the teas are actually going viral at this point. So I love this. Okay. Okay, Miriam actually saying, yeah, the relaxing teas. You're the one that thought it up. I love that. And John is then antiviral teas. So I love this. Okay, Ali is also chiming in, says the link to from the health advice from World Health Organization and what teas fit with it. They're saying we need to be drinking hot drinks. That's awesome as well. Hot drinks. Ooh. Okay. Yes, so everyone is, so I love this. So this is what you can do for your own business as well. Like, how can I, like, what are people going through right now? What do they need? So how can we assist with that? So with the teas, this is awesome already. So you thought about a lot of topics. You can do the same thing again with your own products as well. And you still want to think and keep in mind, how is this easy? So maybe I'll just move to, I've got so many examples for you. Let's move to the online course example. Someone said, I'm creating a language course. Can you help me find the client group? So I don't know if this person actually has a client group, yes or no already. There's two ways to think about that as well. I think it's a great example. A language course, if you have a client group and you, for example, work and you teach people one-on-one, so you already have your clients, they want to learn from you, and you now offer a course, that's perfect, right? Because then you can scale that. However, if you've got no clients in regards to this language course, and you have to build up your client group, and on top of that, a language course, there's a lot of language courses out there, so you're going to have a lot of competition, and whole language is a lot of work. So again, you want to make sure, like, why are you doing what you're doing? In regards to language courses though, because what can be very interesting is if you have a certain expertise, like, I don't know, speaking Spanish for doctors, online designers, for graphic designers, for veterinarians. Specific language course makes it, then you have a strong focus. Again, before you put in all the work, think about, why am I doing this? And is this going to help me right now? I also love, so I'll share more ideas. This is more about money, but obviously money, content creating all doesn't have to, but in this case for our businesses, it's going to come together, right? I saw a lot of advertisement in the local Costa groups on people offering their one-on-one services on video chat, learning people Spanish. I thought that was awesome. I was like, oh, you're stuck at home, you never got to your course, and now people are willing to chat with you online. You've got probably, well, maybe you've got loads to do, but maybe you don't. So I think there's demand for that. So then maybe if you've got like 10 clients, make it a group. Again, why are you doing what you're doing? All right, I'm just going to read. Okay. Janice saying, should I post how we're packing teas, like using gloves and masks? Maybe. But then I would give it, but again, so this completely depends on your brand. What, who are your clients? What are you known for? All of those things you want to take into account. If you post, like, we really care for your health. We bought all these gloves. This is how we're packaging it. So please don't worry. That can be awesome for people that are a little bit fearful. You're now showing that you're going the mile for them. Really good. Okay. I'm seeing so many cool things come in. So I'm just scrolling back to the teas. Ginger tea, recommended. Ali is saying to Carla, okay, how about sharing stories of people you helped by getting them back home when they were stuck and how they needed a travel agent? Okay, yes, I think I missed this one. Just going to try to scroll back up. Yes, sorry. You said I own a travel agency but want to keep our clients interested in future travel. I was thinking it may be good to write content to encourage people to use a travel agent as we help when situations like this arise. Yeah, so I love that. And that's what Ellie commented on as well. Your name's Carla, apparently. Yes, so I think that's a good idea. At this point, I would make a list, like, how can you assist at this moment in time? Because with the travel industry, it's good to keep your client list going and keep, just keep the connection. However, I do want to say in this industry, if you're going to start thinking like, how can I create extra income streams? Then I would think that's wise, because the travel industry just in general probably is going to take a little bit longer to pick up again. So maybe you can start. So I love what you're saying, like how you've helped people getting home and why it's so important. And also think about like, okay, so how can I start creating other income streams for myself, building them up. Okay. Personal profile. Okay, so let's go back to everyone there, to your own business. So I love, see how creative you are already, like how many ideas everyone comes up with just sitting here and brainstorming and thinking about what it is that you want to focus on in your own business. Okay, so what did you come up with yourself? So I'll go briefly through the questions again. So we were talking about like, what is it, why are you sharing what you're sharing? So maybe there's a product you want to sell right now, and then who is your client for that product and why are they buying from you? What do they now need to hear for you? And you, again, you don't have to, you can keep going like you normally do, but maybe you do want to link with the Corona crisis. All right. So if you can just think of 3 ideas for yourself or topics that you can share, that would be awesome. Yeah, I love that suggestion from Ellie around the post and the safety, and that people feel safe and secure to order from you. I also love Miriam's idea for Carla around the travels. You know, do you want to talk about destinations? Do you want to start talking about, you know, budgeting for travels, planning travels? But let's go back to, so what kind of content do you want to create for your own business? And can you write down 3 things that you're thinking of? Okay. While you're writing this down, I'm going to share a few more ideas around what channel to use. Because for me, writing is very easy. So, you know, so writing would be normal way for me to start thinking, okay, I'll just write a blog post. For some people, they're much better on video. They love the blogging, the video, the vlogs, actually, the vlogging much more. Some others don't, maybe they like the videos, but they don't like to see themselves as a talking head so much. They want to show the techniques. So again, sometimes it can be very helpful to think about, how do I want to bring my information across? Does video match me much more? Do I want a podcast? Do I want to write? How are you sharing the information, and is it joyful to you? If you're doing it yourself, if you're outsourcing, that's a whole different matter, of course, because then you can let other people do the things that you don't want to work on. Yeah, Hannah says the essential oil business. I'll get to that example as well. So I think that's a great opportunity. All right. Just reading. Okay, Jen is saying, thinking of creating an antiviral package of 6 teas. So I love this. So there's so many ideas coming forward. Series of articles about the local places to visit in Spain. Do think about monetizing. If you're spending the time, think about how you're creating money or impact for this. Like, what are you getting out of it? There has to be something in it for you, again, unless you really love doing it. Keep yourself in mind as well with it being a business. That can be a tip. Hannah saying essential business, oil business during this time, health benefits, connecting with spirituality during quarantine, oils for kids at home. Yeah, Ellie is inviting Carla for other Costa women networks. That's awesome. I think that's available for everyone, right? That wants to connect throughout Spain, Ellie? Yeah. Tsunami is saying, I'm working with plant-based products from foraged goods, and I think the information I should share right now is tips about how to eat your garden and where to find wild edibles in nature to create awareness about foraging and eating wild edibles. I think that is awesome. It's very niched, and if you are excited about it, you can definitely share it, and then think about how your products, because that can be great to get people on your website, but you also want to think about, like, what are you selling right now? Because you're basically saying or talking about how maybe to grow your own food or find food when there's no food. I'm not sure. Okay. Massage business, self-help, nurturing and care for tutoring business, study possibilities, practical tutoring, connection and support are your topics. Cool. Jen is saying, I would love to know how to grow your own greens on your terrace. Okay. Miriam is saying, art and spirituality, how it connects you with yourself. Yes, totally. How creativity helps reduce fear. Okay, Tsunami is saying, I'm not selling anything before June. So you're just building up. So, okay, yes. So, but still think about what are you going to do when it's June? And how are people going to find you? And why are you having this business again? So you do want to keep those things in mind so your content stays focused. Nature tips, awesome. So yes. Okay, so let's help you fine tune even more. So let's check your 3 ideas that you've just written down. Okay. So now let's, basically it's like a double check, because I know, what it can feel like. It's like, oh, yes, this is great. The whole world needs to know, and I'll do it now. Let's just check. Okay, so what are you trying to do by sharing this offer, this information? How does it contribute to your business? And again, maybe you think like, maybe it doesn't really contribute to my building my business right now. If that's a no, then maybe that's not the first thing to focus on. Okay. Will it build up to a clear sale at some point? Maybe straight afterwards, but maybe after a few months. It's fine, but again, is it building your business? So is there a sale tied to it? So if you share on how to grow your own vegetables on a balcony, then how is that going to lead to me buying your products? Okay. 3 can be important. Does it excite you to share about this? Do you feel like, yes, I want to spend my time on this. I think the return on investment is going to be great. So return on investment can be like building your knowledge, people talking about your business, people actually checking out your offers. And that brings us to the final one to check out, which is what you're going to share specific or focused enough? So I'll share an example. I recently worked with a Reiki therapist. So I work a lot with spiritual entrepreneurs. So she was practicing Reiki. I helped her get her head around her actual message, what it is she does. So who are you as an entrepreneur? Who do you want to help? So we went through all of this together, and I did an event with her, assisting during this Corona times, and we worked with anxiety. Her focus, definitely, she's great with anxiety. She does Reiki for anxiety, very specific, right? So if you're an anxious person and you like to work with energy work, or you want to find some relief, you should go to her. So we focused on stress, anxiety and stress during Corona times that maybe you're getting from the environment, picking up on. So that's very focused information. Do you have anxiety? Do you have anxiety because of everything that's going on and you hear on the news, for example? So I'd love you to ask yourself the same question. Is the content you're going to share, is it leading somewhere? Is it specific enough? Because if we would have talked, well, yeah, fear, because I can write hundreds of articles on fear, but how can you make that specific for your business and for your offer? Interesting. Oh, you're so welcome, Leslie. Just reading your comments. So, right. So that can be your little checklist. If it's focused and specific enough, if it's aligned with your business and your business ideas, what you're trying to do, and also if you're going to get the thing out of it that you want. So that can be like building on your, expertise, people seeing you as the expert, the sale. Where's it all leading? I'll give an example for that as well, in case it's because sometimes it's a little bit abstract. And I'm going to use a journalism example. Everyone knows that magazines and newspapers, they have different client groups, right? So a Marie Claire or an OK magazine has a completely different client group. So in a sense, if I'm going to post the same thing in the Sun, I'm thinking of more, like I would do for a women's magazine, it would be a bit of a mismatch. I'd love you to think about that as well. Is what you're posting, does it match how your client thinks, what your client wants, and does it match what you want out of this connection? Okay. Oh, wow, it's already, I'm just looking at the clock. Right. Now, just before, so if you think like, oh my God, do I have to think of all of those things? Another key element is it's great if you went through all this to the whole checklist. My best tip in general is like, so this is good. So you thought about it, you know what you want. don't overthink it. So this is something that can be, you know, can stop you. Like, oh, is this the best thing I can do? Do that if you're going to create a course that's going to take you 2 months to create. Oh my God, please do pause. But if it's a blog post, just write a blog post. You know, it's going to take you 1-2 hours maybe. That's fine. So so don't stop yourself with everything. The way to get to where you want to get, or to understand all the stuff and knowledge that you have, is to actually start creating it. So I know it feels counterproductive. It really isn't, because you'll get the creative juices flowing sometimes if you also just think like, yes, I want to share about nature and growing your own vegetables. Cool. Great. Okay. So if there's any questions specific to your business, I'd love to move to this part. I still want to talk about the oils. And I know there was one question from someone that, no, there's no written checklist, Gerrit, or there's no written checklist yet. Maybe there will be after speaking to the VA, but in general, no. Sorry, sorry. This can be a good idea for content creation. Yeah, so I want to answer like the oils. There was still a question around, I have, I work with aroma oils. What are the opportunities right now? And someone said, I am German, so my language isn't English, and I feel like it's blocking me to share the content, or I feel my content isn't good enough. This is a little bit of a mindset topic, but it's so common for everyone to doubt what you share is good enough, because that's basically it. So it basically means like, it's not good enough, I can't do it. It's a mindset. It's a mindset thing. My advice with that as well is to keep sharing what you are sharing, to not hold yourself back by thinking it's not good enough. I see it all the time with artists. They question their work. Your work is the most vulnerable thing that you share. Also in regards to writing, some writers have this. My personal outline in this is, please share. It's awesome, it's good. If people do not like it, they'll just get off your list. It's, in this case, I really think it is about the other people, your client group. If they love you, they'll stay with you. If you really want to feel awesome about it, you can always hire someone to edit and put the dots on I. It's a favorite expression of mine as well. To finish that for you, but please don't let it stop you. Okay, that was, yeah, your English also. Yeah, so please don't. That is, it's super normal. It's mindset, it's emotions that relate to that. So that's my spiritual life coaching part and the emotional body. But you can work with that, and you can move that out of the way and still move forward with what you are doing. That could be a whole workshop on its own, I must say. Yeah, Hannah's saying also, don't let that stop you. My first language is English, but I still follow lots of people on Instagram because I love their products. See, language barrier doesn't stop me. So I love this. So there's always your perfect clients, people who love you, will buy from you. They really don't mind. So that was one tip. Yeah, final tip around the oils, or any type of, so there's like Young Living oils and doTERRA oils. They have this system that you can sign up for. So this is not my expertise, but it's an income stream. You can build your team. The products are they really are amazing. I buy them sometimes. I'm not I'm not an oil enthusiast like that. But selling products that you love to build up your income stream can be amazing. Oils relate to the home and the house. A lot of people will be interested right now in what's going on in the home, in the house, how to improve the atmosphere. So if you are an oil person, to put it like that, you can offer aromatherapy sessions one-on-one, for example. You can start sharing on self-care. My hands are so dry from all the washing. So you can share how to make a special hand butter, maybe by using certain type of essential oils. You can share about how oils can help with stress or lower the stress levels. All of that is something I feel like there's a big possibility in those type of companies. You don't have to be present one-on-one with them. You can grow your audience, but still think about what do people want right now. So this might like I definitely want those butters, those or how to make, or maybe I probably don't want to make them. I want to order them from you. So you want to think about all of that. Okay, yes, now yes, let me see you later, bye. Some people are getting ready to leave. I think I answered most of the questions I had received. I'll look over the list now. If there's anything that you feel like I haven't mentioned that you still want me to comment on for your personal business, please let me know. And I'll take that in. Let me see. I'm scrolling now. Okay. Marion says, where do you post a blog? So again, so you want to, ideally on your own website, because you want to get the traffic to your website. But maybe, Marion, you want to, to get a bigger audience. So you can, there's a lot of mind style blogs that, like Medium, I think that you can actually also post your blog so you can see where are my clients and can I post there. But before you go to that trouble, again, ask yourself, like, what am I going, is this, am I wasting my effort here or is it helping me? Because so much will be, if you're going to spend a lot of time on something, then make sure it's going to build and your business and expertise. I can hear. Okay, Gerrit says, oh yeah, that's the checklist thing. Hannah was posting awesome things around the English language, and to not let anyone stop you. Obviously, I'm not a native English speaker. I did live in the UK for a while, but it started to wear off. Yeah, Marianne, so I really advise to post it on your own website. I advise to start your Facebook group. Where are your clients? Where are they following you? And do you want a blog? That maybe should be the first question. Why are you going to post that blog? Okay, someone's asking me if you wanted someone to jazz up your content, who would you recommend without being expensive? Yeah, Fiverr possibly. You can definitely check out Fiverr. Again, I do want to say, there's, you get what you pay for, right? So where are you investing in? Why does it have to be cheap if you're investing in something? So again, weigh those opportunities. So this is money mindset stuff. Money mindset, super important if you want to charge pricing that also help you have a normal living standard sometimes. But Fiverr is always great to find like logos, graphic designers. Okay, Ali's saying Costa women. Oh, the post. Yes, that's great. So Ali's saying you can post on costawomen.com for the posts. I didn't forget about that. Yes, to show your expertise, right? That is awesome. Okay, I think everyone is good. I think we have had enough information by now. Feel free to comment later or to tag me in the post later on. If you want to stay in touch with me, I'm going to put on a link to an email list because I'm going to be giving 10 business lessons I've learned since 2014 workshop as well, for creative entrepreneurs and spiritual entrepreneurs that are on a mission to get their content out.
Brilliant. Thank you, Laura.